Hi, I'm Nigel from Mayamada, here with another storytelling tip, this time from the Sony Pictures animation Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Episode 35's tip was all about executing on reversals in your story. This is a technique that allowed this film to pack in a lot of characters into its runtime without bogging down the story, or without ending up with a 3-hour runtime like some Marvel features, even though I'm there for all 3 hours every time. A revelation is essentially a surprise in the story. It's narrative motion. It means something has changed and keeps the audience engaged. A story is boring if nothing happens. It's a big revelation or surprise, one that changes the understanding of everything that's happened up to that point. One well-known example is in the film Sixth Sense.
I see people. They don't know they're dead.
Discovering that Bruce Willis's character Malcolm Crowe has been dead the entire time completely turned our understanding of this film's story on its head. And the key for a reversal is something that we don't necessarily see coming, or at least something that can't be too easily predicted. So you may have seen Uncle Aaron as the Prowler coming if you put the pieces together, but it's still a big surprise in the context of the story and changes our experience because of the impact it has on Miles' relationship with his uncle going forward. Reversals are important in this film because they allow it to move forward without spending too much time on character development outside of Miles and Peter. And this isn't a problem here because it keeps the focus on Miles and prevents this eclectic mix of characters from distracting too much from the plot. Another example is with the Kingpin. We assume he is using the Collider for nefarious means, which he kind of sort of is, since it's going to destroy everything. But we later learn he is doing it to bring back his family who were killed when trying to escape from him. This is just one of the many examples of reversing changing our understanding of the story and the characters in it. There's not much character development for him outside of this, but it works for the story. It's just one of the many examples of using reversals to change our understanding of the story and the characters in it in a really efficient time. A good reversal can create this kind of surprise without ruining the established logic of the story. And it's not about creating a surprise out of nowhere just for the shock value. That doesn't work and turns audiences off. Even though we may not see it coming, it still has to make sense within the context of your story and its rules. And this is something that is helped by foreshadowing. For example, Olivia Octavius is mentioned quite early in the film when we see Miles come late to class at his new school. It's then later mentioned that she is the head and CEO of Alchemax and plays scientific advisor to Kingpin. And before the reversal that involves her character, we even hear Peter Parker say the line,
"Cool, step 3, I re-examine my personal biases,"
after assuming the scientist that he and Miles are looking for is male. So when it's revealed that Olivia Octavius is Doc Ock, it's a surprise in the story, but the pieces have already been laid out, so it makes sense. Now here are 3 things to consider when implementing reversals in your stories. Number 1, does this reversal impact the plot? Does it have meaning and bring forward momentum to the narrative and impact character relationships in some way? Number 2, have you provided enough context through foreshadowing? It's much better to have a fraction of people guess the surprise by putting the pieces together than it is to have most people annoyed with a reversal that comes out of nowhere or breaks the logic of your story. And number 3, keep it simple. Once stated, your reversal must instantly click in the minds of your readers or viewers. There may be a problem if it needs further explanation. This is something I'm thinking about as we put together our next manga, Sirius Through the Fog. It's going to be a 30-odd page story, so pretty short when you compare it to the 120 pages of Sirius Volume 1. So my challenge is to keep things moving over those pages, showing or explaining things without getting too bogged down with the plot. And that's your tip for Story X Story episode number 35. Let us know what you think in the comments or join our Discord and chat with us there. Don't forget to listen and subscribe to the podcast to hear the full audio and deep dive into the story with our guest, comic illustrator Ryan Jenkins. You can also check out episode 49 of the podcast, where we spoke with Fabrice Sapolsky, one of the co-creators of the Spider-Man Noir character. And before you do that, you can subscribe to us here on YouTube for more storytelling tips and other videos from the mayamada universe, and we'll see you next time. Hi there, I'm Nigel from mayamada. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other videos we have on the channel. You can also listen to and subscribe to the Story X Story podcast at mayamada.com/StoryXStory. We'll see you soon.